Years ago, when I first met God, a great Bible teacher was beginning teaching me the Bible. I didn't know anything about it. Said, if you don't do anything else, read a proverb a day. There's 31 of them, so you can do the whole book of Proverbs in a month. It's the book of wisdom. If you just read it over and over again, you'll get wiser. Not only will you grow spiritually, but you'll get wiser. And if you're not just, by read it, I mean grasp it, understand it, think about it, meditate on it, whatever, right? Learn what the words mean, and then apply them. Oddly enough, if you read the book of Proverbs over and over again, you will have a master's degree in finance. It is all in there, everything you need to know. So I do that. I generally read a proverb a day, and I have for 30 years probably, something like that. And it's interesting how I see different things as I go through the different phases of my life, and I'm going through the exact same words, but I see different things through those same words depending on what's going on. It's a lot different when you've got teenagers than when you got grandkids, as an example. And Proverbs 13 is today, right? And verse 14 says, the teaching of the wise is a fountain of life, that one may turn away from the snares of death. The reward of wisdom and good planning, in other words, is a fountain of life. And when you think about the context of money on this, you reap the benefits of prudence. When an emergency comes, you're ready. And you've done stuff like gotten insurance in place, gotten your emergency fund in place, and you've got a good defense in your financial plan. That, because when the snares come, the problems come, the traps come, you can avoid them. And walking around without any health insurance is the #1 cause of bankruptcy. Walking around without car insurance is the #1 cause of you losing a car. So there's some basic stuff you got to do. And so, what if you had a $400 emergency today? How would that affect you? What if a window breaks, your car won't start, you got a doctor's visit, it's $400. 61% of Americans say they could not answer the call for a $400 emergency. That's 6 out of 10. Now, that's not poverty, people. That's everybody. Not even $400. The other thing you can do is, of course, make sure you're covered with the right kinds of insurance. Get your emergency fund in place, baby step 1. Get your $1,000 emergency fund to get started with a beginner emergency fund. Now, our team wanted to make sure that you figure out what coverages you've got, figure out what these basic things are that give you a defense against these snares, traps of life. And it's weird, when you've got all the proper insurance in place, not the gimmicky stuff, but the right stuff. You got your will in place. You've got your emergency fund in place. When stuff comes at you, it's inconvenient. Nobody likes to lose a $4,000 battle with a heating and air furnace system, right? Nobody likes to write a check, but it sure is different when you've got the money than when you just go into freak-out mode. So we've got a 5-minute coverage checkup tool that's completely free. In just 5 minutes, you can get a customized recommendation for all the coverage you need. Text the word checkup to 33789. That's the word checkup to 33789. Or you can go to daveramsey.com/checkup and get this 5-minute checkup as fast as you can. The deal is this. I don't find people who build wealth only playing defense, but I also don't find people that build wealth only playing offense. If you're going to win, you have to play defense and offense. A boxer keeps one fist up in front of his face to block while he does damage to the opponent with the other fist. So you're always blocking and swinging, blocking and swinging. So you've got an offense, and that's your defense up in front of your face, keeping you from getting your block knocked off. Remember those old robots we had when we were little kids? Anybody old enough to remember those things? Right? Knock your block off, and that head would pop up when you hit it. That's what happens when you don't have the right kinds of insurance in place. That's what happens when you don't have your emergency fund in place. That's what happens when you don't have your will in place. You get your block knocked off. And then people go, well, everything was going good until... No, everything was not going good because you were not ready. Because stuff is going to happen. Grandma said save for a rainy day. It's because Grandma's old enough to know that sometimes it rains. As a matter of fact, it's always going to rain sometimes. Something's going to happen. You need that GOK fund, that God only knows fund. Crap is coming. You got to get ready. You need your emergency fund. You need your insurance in place. You've got to play defense. But if that's all you ever do, and then you don't use that defensive position to do some offensive strikes like investing, that's fine. But you can't invest and earn enough to be stupid. You can't out-earn your stupidity. You will get your block knocked off. And so you need life insurance to take care of your family if something happens to you. You obviously have your car and your homeowner's insurance in place. You have these basic things done. If you're you know the number of you out there renting a place right now that have zero insurance on all your stuff? You did not get a renter's policy? Dumb. Go get one today. $200, $250 in almost every state that's listening to me right now. You can cover the contents, $20,000 worth of contents for theft and fire in your little startup, I just got married apartment situation. You need contents insurance because if you come home and all your crap's gone because of a fire or because some bozo kicked the door in and decided he want to take all your stuff, you're just screwed. You get to start over. And then you'll tell the story about how everything was going fine until I was a victim. You weren't a victim. You were stupid. You didn't have basic insurance in place. You're a victim of your own stupidity. I've done it. I've been a victim of my own stupidity. I got a PhD in DUMB. I know what stupid looks like. I've looked at him in the mirror a lot. But you've got to get ready for these things. You've got to take the time to stop and do stuff like this 5-minute checkup. And make sure that you're in tune. You know, make sure you're ready. And that you're ready for bad stuff to come, and then it's not fatal when it comes. It's not financially fatal.